Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, as told by Key. And I have something special going on today. So, if you're new to my channel and you like what I do here, give me a thumbs up and comment down below and hit that bell notification so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. And if you're not new here, welcome back, family. I want to thank you guys. We hit 180 subscribers. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but we've been stuck at like 175 for like 2 months, I think. So we finally hit 180. We are pushing to 200 subscribers, but that is kind of what this video is about, because I'm noticing that a lot of people are like having such an issue with life in general. So this morning when I woke up, I was like talking to myself, which I don't do a lot, so don't worry about me, I promise. I was talking to myself and I started thinking about like this just things that I've learned over the years. Like, I'm 28 and I will be 30 soon. I mean, not soon, but soon enough. And sometimes it's just good to reflect. So this video is going to be about the 28 things that I have learned in 28 years. Now, I'm not taking it all the way back to when I was little, you guys, but this is just like 28 things that like stick out in my head. And I find that I say like a lot to people. So we're going to just jump into this video because I don't want this to be super, super long. So let's get it done. Number one, how to say no. I used to have such a problem with saying no to people, and I would like lie. Like, when I was young, like I was in high school and somebody asked me to go somewhere or to do something with them, and if I didn't want to, I would always say something crazy like I got homework, I got a project, I got work. Instead of just being like, I don't want to go. And I had such a problem with that. It wasn't until I hit like my early 20s when I was in a kind of messed up. This piece of hair bugs me so bad. There it is. I learned how to just be like, I don't want to do it, and accept whatever the response was from people. Sometimes I had like, okay, cool, next time. And then sometimes people would like cuss me out, but it didn't matter. I still didn't do it. I just ran out of lies and decided to stop lying about when I didn't want to do something. Number two is how to say yes to myself. I am a people pleaser. And because I'm a people pleaser, I again had the problem with saying no, but then I would say yes to everybody else, but I wouldn't say yes to myself. Meaning, like, if I wanted something, like I wanted a pair of shoes or something like that, I wouldn't get them. I wouldn't go do whatever, because I would always have in the back of my mind, like, oh, what if this person needs something, or what if this person wants something, or something like that. So when I learned how to say no, I learned how to say yes to myself, because a lot of times when I said no, it's because I already had something planned for myself, or I already had plans in general and I just didn't want to like cancel whatever. So I had to learn how to say yes to me. Number three, do not wait for others. This is like such a big one for me, and it's crazy because like once you hear all the rest of them, you're gonna look at me kind of weird. But I would not do things just because other people would not do things with me. Meaning, if I wanted to go to the movies, right, and my friends was like, no, we're going to go get pizza, I would be like, well, I don't want to go to the movies by myself, so I guess I'm going to go get pizza with you guys. Like, I did not like moving by myself. It was just something about it when I was younger where it's like I just hated moving alone. But I would miss out on really good things because I didn't want to move alone. Like, I would miss out on opportunities. I would miss out on something like something awesome that might have happened that day in the area. Like, it would always be something. And it's like every time I would not do something on my own, or I waited for other people, I would always miss something. And it started pissing me off to the point where I just started doing things by myself. Whatever it was, it didn't even matter. I might have looked crazy hanging out by myself, but like I would go hang out by myself. I didn't care. A lot of times when people couldn't find me, I was alone with my phone off. So sorry guys if you're watching this and you know my little secret. Sometimes hard work is not enough. Now, I'm not trying to discourage people, so that's not what I'm saying. But what I mean is, you can work hard at something your whole life and still not have it happen. And sometimes your hard work, like, it pays off at some point, but it's always like that one thing that you're missing aside from your hard work. And that rolls me into number five. Sometimes it's about who you know. So when I said sometimes hard work doesn't, it's not enough, that's what I mean. Sometimes you can work your butt off and people still won't see you. And sometimes it's good to utilize the people around you that may be able to help catapult something. Like sometimes if you have a friend that already went to medical school and now you're in medical school and you just can't seem to pass that test, utilize that friend that already went to medical school and graduated and they can help you. Like sometimes it's about who you know that helps like move a situation along. May not sound good to you guys, but I had to learn that. And yeah. 26, it's okay to be alone. Now that goes back to saying yes to myself. I used to hate being alone. And so because of that, I would always feel the need to have at least one person around me. Or if I was like in the house by myself, like I didn't like being alone in my thoughts. So I would like make phone calls and talk to people until I found something else to distract myself. But I've learned over the years that it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to have thoughts and conversations with yourself. I mean, it sounds a little crazy, but it's the truth. Like, it's okay to be by yourself and to just figure out whatever it is that you need to figure out. Silence is golden, and people just does not like they don't understand that. Like sometimes silence, like you just need to be quiet because being quiet is a good thing sometimes in situations. So it's okay to be by yourself every now and again. I'm not saying become a hermit crab. I'm just saying it's okay to be by yourself. What's for you is for you. So what's for me is for me. I don't have to try to have what you have and what you have and what you have. And you don't need to have what I have. So if it's meant for you, you'll have it. Period. It doesn't even matter how it comes to you. No one can stop that from happening for you. Um, and yes, I have a list, y'all, because it's 28 things in my memory. Y'all know better. So y'all know it's okay to love with your whole heart. I have like, I guess you would call them, no, not really daddy. Well, yeah, I guess you would call them daddy issues. I have daddy issues a little bit, guys, and that's another story for another day. But because of the lack of daddy in my life, my father, I became really, really closed off. And so if it was a romantic relationship, I would never love hard. Like I would love you, but it would be one of them things like always preparing in the back of my mind for something to happen so that when I walk away, I won't hurt as much as if you was like somebody that I was like super, 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 super close to. And it wasn't until I met my husband where I realized it's okay to like love. It's okay to put your walls down every now and again. So yeah. So number 9, we are number 9. Number 9, keeping it real is some people's way to just be mean. Listen, I have people in my life, it's probably not now, but I have had people in my life that would use the excuse, I'm just being real. I'm just keeping it real with you. And it was just an excuse to be mean. It would not be anything constructive, like it would never be like constructive criticism. Like, it would just be a way to be mean and to be like, well, if I wasn't your friend, I wouldn't be telling you. And it's like, yeah, but it's always a way to say something. It's constructive criticism and then just being criticized. And people will use that being real as a reason to just be mean and to be an asshole. So I had to learn that. And I was like, sometimes like in middle school, I probably was that person. Like I would just say mean things and then be like, oh, I'm just keeping it real. So it's like, I fell into the trap of that. And then when I realized that I was being mean, which is something that I try not to be, when I realized that I was just being mean, I had to start learning how to place my words into more of a constructive criticism than a put down. Number 10, everyone is not your friend. I don't even need to explain that. Everyone is not your friend. Some people want to see you fail. Some people want to see you bust your face open. Everybody is not here for you. Sometimes they're your friend because their friend is your friend and they just want to be a part of something. And they're not really looking for the best interest. So there it is. Everybody's not your friend. Number 11, hate is just another side of love. To hate a person, you have to love a person. To like feel that, void. Like you have to feel something for that person. And right now you don't want to love them. So like you develop this hate. So when you say you hate a person, you really just love the person and you really just need to figure out a way to get back to that love because stress and hate can kill you. It's trying to tell you it's a silent killer. Number 12, it's always okay to be yourself all the time. I had to learn that. I I have this thing that I call like the chameleon trait. And what it mean, well, it's a saying that I say. I don't know if the rest, I may have found it from somewhere, but I have this thing where I say like people have like a chameleon trait. And what I mean is like they are different around every group of people that they get around. So like if you and me are hanging out and we always hang out and I'm one way, but then I introduce you to like another group of my friends and my whole being changes. And I just changed because I'm around that group of people. But then when that group of people not around, I'm back to the regular person. So I've had to learn that you don't need to be somebody else just to fit in. Like it's okay to be yourself. And if people don't like you the way you are, they're not your friend. Life is not a race. We are number 13. Life is not a race. And what I mean when I say that is I find that it's something about the, like I was saying, I find that everybody's trying to one up everybody else. And I'm down for healthy competition, but what I'm not down for is killing myself to get into a spot where there's space for everybody. Everybody seems to think that there's not enough money or there's not enough viewers or there's not enough whatever. Like everybody is just like tearing each other down just to like climb. And I'm not about the tearing down thing. Like I'm all about healthy competition and being, friendly. You don't have to be nasty. Life is not a race. Like we're going to get where we're going to get when we get there. And that rolls us into number 14. Timing is everything. So I've had to learn that just because it didn't happen yesterday and it didn't happen today doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Everything comes in its own time for every situation that you have going on. Some people get to marriage before they get to babies. Some people get to babies before they get to marriage. Some people go to college when they get straight out of high school. Some people go to college when they're 40. Everybody does things in their own time and when it's permitted for them to do it. So if you are one of those people who did something before someone else, don't say things like, when I was 28, I did that. Because it doesn't matter. That's what you were able to do at 28. This person that you may be talking to wasn't able to do that until they were 35. So I'm just saying, there's timing and everything. Number 15, it is okay to hurt. Hurt is an emotion that you have to feel regardless of what is going on. Like you have to feel hurt because it grows. It promotes growth. If you can be hurt by something, that means you can grow from something. You can come out of something. So it is okay to hurt. It is okay to be hurt and to get hurt. And you can't always just like pull yourself out of something just because you don't want to feel that pain. That pain is there for a reason. Just saying, guys. So 15. So number 16 would be it's okay to fail. I have these separate on my order, like on my paper, but I realized that I want to do it like this. So that's why if you see me like pause, that's what's happening. So number 16 is it's okay to fail. It is okay to fail. Like we're supposed to. We're supposed to fail so that we know what we did wrong so that we don't do it wrong again. That's in anything. Work, school, relationships, whatever you have going on in your life where there's like a moment where you could like completely screw it up. It is completely okay to screw it up. Like do it, screw it up, learn from it so that you don't do it again, or screw it up 3 more times and then learn from it. And that way, you know what not to do. Process of elimination is a real thing, folks. Number 17 is it is okay to forgive. Now, that is something that I am still working on, but I have accepted that it is okay for me to forgive. I find that a lot of people will not forgive somebody for something that they did, and then you're walking around with like hate and anger and like all of those emotions that we associate to be bad. You're walking around with it, and while you're walking around with that hurt and anger and whatever frustration, the person that you're angry at or the person that hurt you, they are asleep. So you have to learn how to forgive people so that you can move on. You're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you because it's about your mental health. So just saying. Number 18, it's okay to cut hurtful people out of your life. Yes, it is okay to cut hurtful people out of your life. That's it. I don't even need to explain that, you guys. Number 19, love yourself. So it's self-explanatory. You got to love you before you can love anybody else. Because if you put all of that energy into somebody else, you have nothing to give to yourself. And it doesn't even matter what a person says. Somebody could compliment you and you would not feel the same way. Someone could be like, you're beautiful. But because you're not loving you the right way, you don't see beauty. So it is okay to love yourself. Change is good. I hate change, but I understand that it has to happen in order for you to grow. So it's okay to change. And if the people around you feel like you're changing too much, that's because they're staying the same. And the shame's on them, not you. If they're choosing to stay the same and like stay in certain situations and not want to pull themselves out of it and they just good where they are, that's fine. You're not the one doing anything wrong. They're the ones that's choosing to stay where they are. And it is good for you to continue to change and grow and to develop yourself. Number 21, everything isn't for me. It's just not. Everything isn't for me. People will try to get me to do something and because they think it's a good idea, and I will say no that quick. Like, no, I'm not doing that. It's not for me. I have tried to go to school for medical assistance because I thought it was a good idea, and I went and I hated it. And then people go, you should go back. No, I shouldn't, because I've already done that. I've already learned the lesson. I'm paying for it in student loans, and it's just not for me. So when something is happening that you think is a good idea, it doesn't mean it's a good idea for me. So don't bring me in. Let me pause my phone, you guys. Don't bring me in on the craziness because you think it's a good idea. If you think it's a good idea, go do it. But if I say no, that's where we are. Don't keep badgering me about it. Period. Number 22. Some people don't hurt you on purpose. It took me a while to learn that. I used to think that people would intentionally hurt me. And in reality, some people was not doing it on purpose. Like some people that hurt me, they didn't mean to. They were just doing what they thought was the best for the situation. And in the process of that, I got hurt. So I had to learn that when people say I didn't mean it, some people really mean they didn't mean it. You have to I had to learn how to sift through that stuff. Just saying. Number 23. Whew, Jesus. I had to learn this in the hard way. I don't have to share my life with everyone. When I first got married, when I first got engaged, I was everywhere on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Anything that I had as a social platform, I was sharing little details of my wedding because I love wedding planning. Now, that's another conversation too. And then when I would get angry about stuff, I would share that too. And then if I was making moves on something, I would share that too. Like, oh, I'm going to school for this. Or, oh, I'm about to do. I was a oversharer. And I realized that people would take my information and then use it against me at the end of the day. Oh, I thought you were going to do this. Or I thought you were going to do that. And then it's like, yeah, I tried it, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to move on to the next thing. I'm a floater. I enjoy doing everything. And if I do something and I don't like it, and I move on to the next thing. I am a floater at its best. I do not like being tied down to one thing. And so because I am a floater, I had to learn to keep certain things to myself. And now people have no idea what the hell is going on unless I tell them. So there's that. Number 24, my friends are more family than some of my family members. It's the truth. So if you're a family member and you're watching this and you get offended, keep it to yourself. Sorry. But some of my friends are just more prone to be there for me than some of my family. I have 4 best friends, and all 4 of them know things about me that maybe only God, my husband, and my mama know. And they've just had my back through things. That's a complicated one, but I stand by it. Sometimes people think just because you're family or your blood, they're supposed to do certain things or be a certain way. But I appreciate the fact that God allowed us to make friends, and sometimes that situation becomes more of a family situation. So I have a bunch of family. I don't have a whole lot of friends. So that's what I mean if you ever hear me say that. Number 25, I don't need other people's approval. And I don't. And I'm going to leave it right there. I don't need you to approve of me. You don't have to like me. I'm okay with it. Thanks. Number 26, don't compare myself to others. I had and still sometimes have a really bad habit of that. If I see people with kids and they're my age, I'm like, damn, I probably should have had kids by now, right? I should have had kids. I'm already married. I should have had kids. Or if I see somebody buying a house and they're around my age, I'm like, I should probably be in the process of buying a house. I'm married. I don't have kids. I don't have a house. But then I realized that timing thing and the not, it's all going to happen. That just happens for some people quicker. So I've had to learn to not compare lives, because sometimes you don't know what that person went through to get to where they are. And same, You don't know what somebody else is going through. Number 27, it is okay not to fit in. I come from the hood. Okay. I grew up in the city of Baltimore, and where everybody's cussing and fussing and screaming. Well, maybe not everybody. Mass majority. It's cussing and fussing and screaming. Everybody's going to school to become a medical assistant or GNA or CNA or nurse. And here I am doing YouTube. I also cook. I also sew and DIY stuff, and I listen to country music. And sometimes I don't like rap. Sometimes rap gives me a headache, so I don't listen to it. I don't twerk. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any of the stuff. And I did not fit in. So my group of friends that I have, they don't fit in either. Like, I guess we would be the outcasts. Like, everything that we did was like Harry Potter, going to the movies to see weird stuff that no one understood why we would go see it, hanging out at the inner harbor, going to Hooters and cracking jokes. Like, we just did not do what other people were doing. So I used to feel like I was okay with that. But when I got older, I felt like I didn't fit in because people would be talking about stuff and I'd be like, what are you talking about? Who is that? Like, people talk about rappers now and I'm like, who the hell is that? But if I said something about Taylor Swift, they look at me like I was crazy. So I've had to learn that it's okay not to fit in. In number 28, we live every day and we die once. So every day that you wake up, you should take full advantage of that day. Whatever it is, read a book, cook a new menu, try something different. I don't care what you do, but like, we live every single day, and every single day we have an opportunity to live our lives the way we didn't live it yesterday or the day before or the day before. So every time we wake up, we should take full advantage of what's in front of us right then and there. And those are the 28 things that I learned, you guys, in 28 years. I didn't mean for this video to be so long, but lists or whatever. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Like I said at the beginning of this video, thumbs up, comment, subscribe. What did you learn in the years that you've been around? I like to know. Comment down below. One thing that you've learned in your life that means the most to you. Comment. I love you guys. Go be great.